future. Get ready for the ride. We're going down to hell tonight, so strap yourself inside. There's a glaring contradiction in your world that's made of glass. Something small can shatter it and nail you to the past. The road beneath your wheels, the madness that you feel. Oh, you will pay with your life.
Welcome to the Metal Voice. Today on the show, Annihilator's new album, Suicide Society. We're gonna mix it up today, folks. Today we have Scott Wark with us, lead singer and bassist of Joe Thrasher. He's going to give us his review, also a little bit of experience he had jamming with Annihilator. Also with us again, the legend, Mr. Giles Lavery, lead vocalist of Dragon's Claw. How are you doing, guys? Let's start off with you, Scott. Tell us what you thought of the new album, Suicide Society.
It's their 15th album coming out on September 18th on UDR Music. Now, when I was offered the chance to review this album, I wasn't sure what to expect. I was almost expecting that clinical, almost medical approach that Annihilator has had on the last few albums. And I was very surprised, and I loved the fact that it has, while it's still very precise, there's a really nice warmth to this album. Now, I find the first half of the album, Suicide Society, My Revenge, Snap, Creepin Again, are very much in that modern Annihilator vibe, sound, but there's still something about it. Now, I don't know if it's Jeff taking over the vocal duties from Dave Padden, who did a tremendous job, but Jeff has this really cool snarl that I really like. Creeping Again, I find, is where the whole album starts to take this weird balance. It switches over and starts getting a little darker, and from Narcotic Avenue on, the whole album takes on this heavier, darker vibe that I really love. The One That You Serve, it brings it down a bit, but like I said, it's got that darkness. It's really cool. And then probably my favorite two songs in the album, Break Enter and Descent. Break Enter's a real smoker, and Descent's just probably my favorite track on the album. It's got a really cool chorus that you can sing along with. Every Minute brings it back down a little bit, but it's a perfect album closer. Now, back a little bit on Snap, there's a great a cappella vocal intro that is just, it sounds awesome. And it has some jazzy, bluesy influences on the guitars in the verses. Then it picks up. So, overall, I would say, as a fan of Annihilator from the Never Neverland era, which is probably my favorite album, Never Neverland, Set the World on Fire, and obviously the huge monster Alice in Hell, I'm going to give this new Annihilator album, Suicide Society, a solid 8 out of 10, Jimmy.
So Giles, tell us what you think about the new album.
Well, the primary difference this time round is that Jeff Waters is back on vocals for the first time since 1997's Remains, and I think this is a definite improvement. One who was never a fan of the Dave Padden era of the band. I found them incorporating too many kind of nu metal influences and, you know, whatever was contemporary at the time of each record. This one seems to be a return to more Annihilator thrash. I think, Jeff has sounded better on previous records like King of the Kill vocally. It sounds a little bit like he's overthinking his vocal a little bit this time, and he's, it sounds like he's mimicking James Hetfield a little bit, which is disappointing because I think he's capable of a lot more vocally. Lyrics are a little bit goofy at times, but to me, that's always kind of been Annihilator's weakest point. It's been either the lyrics or the vocals. But aside from that, this is a strong thrash comeback from Annihilator. It's kind of the definitive Annihilator sound without any of the experimentation of some of the past records, and one that will certainly please thrash fans and Annihilator fans of the first 4 Annihilator records.
Here's my take on the album. It definitely doesn't sound like their last album, Feast. Feast was a little bit more raw, a little more aggressive, a little more thrashy. This album, yes, it is crushing. Yes, there are thrash elements to it. Yes, there's a lot of technical guitar work. But I find that this album is a lot more accessible. There's a lot more melody going on. It's a lot cleaner. Jeff is doing an incredible job on the guitar work. And not only does he do a great job on the guitar work, but the bass, outstanding bass work. I would definitely say that this album is a lot more diverse than the past Annihilator albums. Jeff, as a vocalist, I think he does a great job. He's on pitch. He has great timing. The only thing I didn't like about the vocals were that he sounds a little too much like Dave Mustaine and James Hetfield. A lot of, oh yeah, yeah. You know, I don't dig the snarls. I know Scott really liked the snarls. Oh yeah, yeah. Scott, I know you're from Ottawa, Canada. This is the hometown of Jeff Waters from Annihilator, Ottawa, Canada. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience recording with Jeff Waters?
Now, back a few years ago, I was offered the opportunity from Jeff Waters. I got a phone call one night to go down and do some backup vocals on the metal album for the song Clown Parade. And it was me, Brian from Aggressor, who's in Old James now, and Bill from Phalanx, and we all got a chance to sing the backups on that album. Now, that album had lots of guest people. Over the years, I've met Jeff a few times, and he's always been really cool to me. And we're lucky here in Ottawa because the last couple years, Jeff has decided to do warm-up shows here in the city, and it's definitely a bonus for us to get out and get to see Annihilator.
Overall, this album is an 8 out of 10 for me. Definitely worth the value, worth the money. And thanks for being on the Metal Voice to Scott Wark from Joe Thrasher and Giles Lavery once again from lead singer of Dragon's Claw. Thanks for watching another episode of The Metal Voice.